First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now Goff on first down. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your own line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Second down, here's Chubb again. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Goff now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
A 42-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off play action. Allen. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw, it's Allen. Looking sideline, incomplete. Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Allen going to look to run it. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Bills have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Goff flick it up with Chark for the Lions first down. The Lions at 4-6 now on the year. Well, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. When going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and they come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills. Taking it about the 16. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Lions 3.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now he's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. That is caught by Williams for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And out across midfield down to the 45. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 45-yard line.
And again, it's Chubb. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. It's caught by Funchess. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A 1st carry now for Kareem Hunt. Room here to run. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Not too shabby for his 1st carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Chubb again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Chubb with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. McKenzie now from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 1st down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills are in for 6.
His kick is
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Lions take over first and 10. At their own
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football. Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20, 10, and he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No clock on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first two quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Kamara up the middle. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Cybered on for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, he'll let one go deep for Howard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On play action, Allen. And this is caught by Williams. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Williams brings it in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On 2nd and goal, Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
42, Lions 24.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
49, Lions 24. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling.
Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Third and long. It's gone. Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. To return is McKenzie. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Allen. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Chubb. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Lions are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44. 78 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Amari Cooper, 44 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And oh, it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
From the 30 on second down, Allen. Throwing left side, it's complete. And a nice spin into some open field. Touchdown. Jalen Guyton, 70 yards. And the Bills are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that.
Yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Chubb will get the call running left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
McKenzie now to return it.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Allen's throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
To throw again on second down. Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play up.
Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Seibert, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Allen will try again on second down. He sets to fire deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now Chubb running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So Allen's going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Bills 70, Lions 44.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
McKenzie now from his end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were...
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, not only the blowout in this one, but they break the...